This is the communal box.
Hello.
Share and share alike.
Hello.
Should end up being roughly 10
Can
for
I
me and 8
drink
for you.
some? What is that?
Communal.
There we go. All right. Huh? No, that's not for you.
So we are joined today with Olivia and my brother. Olivia, who are you? What are you doing here?
You're cooler, brother. Not that other one.
Yeah, you're not that other one who we'll have on in about a week.
Who will remain unnamed at this point. All right. Sorry. What were you asking, Olivia?
Olivia, how old are you?
5.
5 years old. And what do you like to do?
I like to throw the stick for Gracie.
Oh, you like to play with animals.
She does. She has a big heart for animals, even though we don't have any pets because I want a bald cat. I want a hairless cat. That's what I want. Don't you like the hairless cats? You remember those, Ollie? When we're in the coffee shop and there's the cat with no hair. Do you remember that?
No.
No. Oh my goodness. I like those cats. I think we should get one. And it's not just because I'm bald. It's because they're. I don't know why. Maybe it is just because they're bald.
They're unique. They got a special.
What kind of pet do you want to get?
Bunny.
Ooh, a bunny.
We had a bunny for 2 days. Do you remember when we had a bunny for 2 days?
Yeah.
What happened to the bunny?
Where did the bunny go?
Bye.
Oh, it died.
And then what did we do with the bunny?
Throw it in the garbage.
We didn't throw it in the garbage.
Did you
We
eat
put
it?
it in a garbage bag, and then we carried it down, and we made a nice hole, or we tried to make a hole. Did we end up throwing it in the garbage?
We did.
We did. Okay, we tried to dig a hole, and then we had nothing to dig a hole with, and so, yeah, we said, okay, we love you. Goodbye, Fluffy. And then we threw
Fluffy
him in
the bunny.
garbage. Yeah. It was sad. It was one of those rabbits you buy at the mall in Asia, and it didn't live more than a day. It came home, and
Yeah.
it was scared and shaking, and then it just
Had a heart attack.
It died.
Yeah. Well, you tried. You had 2-day bunny.
Yeah.
Then a cat.
Yeah, I want a cat. A bald cat with no hair, right?
With hair. Yeah,
What?
you want a furry cat. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Because they are cute.
Yeah, well, I want the bald cat because it's ugly.
But I
Yeah,
want
it's silly,
it
huh?
to- I want the baby, but then a little dog.
I don't want a little dog. My wife has
Yeah.
a corgi, and it's 10 years old now, and it's not going to make many more birthdays. So we'll see about that cat in a little while. But anyway, Olivia, tell us, do you like coming to America?
Yeah.
What do you like about America? What's your favorite part of Oregon?
Gracie and the swing.
Really? You like Gracie more than Grandma? What about Grandma, who talks to you and feeds you and plays? Say it again.
And grandma.
There we go. Grandma, the dog, and the swing.
Yeah,
What
there
more
we
does the
go.
girl need, you know?
And Uncle Bella.
Oh, there we go. Thank you.
She's
Yeah,
just
I'll go
saying things
faster.
she's looking at. I wouldn't take that too far.
I love them.
Too far. All right. So you asked me in the car, what are the 10 Woody Allen movies
Yes,
that
please.
I recommend? And, since I've seen most of his films, I don't know, I've seen at least 40 Woody Allen movies. I'm sure I've forgotten movies that I've
Yeah.
seen from him, and then I'm no, literally so I made a Letterboxd account recently, where you keep track of your movies. It's an
Yeah.
app where you can rate movies and write reviews.
Oh, nice,
I don't write
nice.
reviews because it just takes up too much of my life, and I would rather just have a place where I'm like, yes, I can keep track of all the movies and rate them, but to actually write reviews, I don't know. I just
Yeah.
don't do that yet. Maybe that'll be something I look into in the future, but I don't.
Have you ever rewatched a film that you're like, that was an 8 out of 10, and then it changed the score?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
that
a lot of
definitely
PTA
happens.
probably.
That- What PTA? Well,
Well, you
no.
already said you're disappointed, then you love it later. right?
Okay, so what I said was the last 4 movies that PTA came out with, I watched them in theaters because I'm so excited. I go and I watch it, and I have such high expectations. I've seen the trailers, and I'm like, oh boy, it's Thomas Pynchon adaptation, or oh boy, like Daniel Day-Lewis is back at it again. Here we go. And then I watch the film, and I'm like, wait, I don't get it. Like, it's not what I thought it was. I have this idea in front of my mind, in the front of my mind. I'm like, this is what it's gonna be. And then I watch the film, and I'm like, it's kind of a letdown because I had all of my ideas were blocking my view for what was actually happening, and it takes me a while to dismantle like what I thought it was going to be and then rewatch it, and then I see something and it's fantastic. And every PTA movie is absolute gold. Deserves to be watched multiple times.
There you go. Ben's review. Watch the PTA.
Yeah, PTA is good.
But back to Annie Hall. I mean, what do you
Back to Annie Hall.
what do you-
Wait, back to Olivia. Ollie, what do you want to talk
Now
about?
she's on the other.
Hey, you got to
microphone.
talk about something. What do you want to talk about?
Uncle Phil.
What do you want to
Uncle
say
Phil.
about Uncle Phil?
How funny he is and how good looking.
He is so silly.
I'm so silly. You're right.
He's so silly.
You're
He is so
right.
silly. All right.
And my daddy.
Hey, do you want to go see what Gracie's doing?
Ooh, Gracie. What is Gracie
What's Gracie
up to?
doing right
She's
now?
your favorite part of Oregon.
You said her in the swing.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can stay here. Me and
You
Uncle
can stay
Phil
here,
are just
but
going to talk.
We're just gonna be
We're
boring
just gonna be
adults
talking.
in the microphones.
Yeah.
And we've got this for you like this. There you go. Whoop. There you go. Thank you for being on my podcast, Olivia. What a cute kid.
Yeah, I don't really know her. Is she with you? Nah, I'm just kidding.
My friend Caleb, he's like, his wife Farrah, he's like, Farrah's with child. I was like, whose kid?
Nice.
His kid, obviously.
Ah,
Obviously.
yeah. Yes,
Hopefully.
obviously. Yeah.
Yeah, so
anyway.
I've only seen Midnight in Paris and Annie Hall, and
Which
I
are
love them
two
both.
of the best.
Yeah.
Two of the best, right?
So I want to watch more, which sprung this conversation of, hey, let's get on the podcast and be like, what's the next film I should watch by Woody Allen?
Oh my goodness! Wow. You know, the diehard Woody Allen fans, which I guess I might be among them because I've seen 40 of his fucking movies. Manhattan is
Yeah.
gold. It's one of the must-watch Woody Allen
Isn't there
films.
some intro or outro monologue that is supposedly like some of the greatest writing? I've only heard reviews.
Oh, I mean,
Is,
no,
is that Manhattan or is that a different one?
that sounds like Annie Hall at the
Oh, yeah,
beginning, where
fair
he's just
enough.
talking
Yeah.
like with a yellow screen behind him. He's like, "Let me tell you, this is
So
what I think about life." Like, yeah, there are two jokes that have formed my adult life, and then he goes on.
What was the joke you said at the river?
The Annie Hall,
Oh,
the Woody
the-
Allen joke.
The
It's,
horrible and the miserable.
yeah, like life is made up of two parts: the horrible and the miserable. And you're lucky if you're miserable. It's like I myself am slightly miserable, and I'm like, I'm grateful to be miserable.
So we've had this great long intro, but this is my brother Ben, my oldest brother.
Yeah.
He's on the podcast now.
Hey guys,
He likes films.
it's
He
me.
reads books. He's
I'm
a good
Ben.
character to have on. I was hoping to have 10 episodes before I bring on family members, but whatever.
We're running out of time. We've already run out of people in our lives that love us.
No, it's a time sensitive topic. He is visiting from China and now he's in the States again. He's a teacher, and how's the teaching going with all this AI wacko stuff?
Oh,
Are kids cheating left and right, having the internet right
you
there,
know,
their
and
papers for
this
them?
is good because I do think about this a lot. AI is so weird, especially in education and raising your children. So, I mean, this is like something that does matter. It's like, what exact? Because you know, it's weird. It's right. We send our kids to school and we're like, yeah, the teachers know what they're doing and they'll just raise my kid for me. And like, yeah, all right, the kid will be fine. I'll give them a little bit of love at home so they know that I'm here. I'll pay for them, and you know. But the school is going to raise the kid and tell them everything they need to know, and then they'll be smart and they'll go to college because I sent them to a good school, so they'll get into a good college, and then my kid's life will be wonderful. And it's like, we take all of that for granted, and it's a load of bullshit. Even at a good school where I'm at a school where parents pay $28,000 American 1 year to send their kid to my school. So they pay a college tuition price to send their fifth grader to school for 1 year for fifth grade. And it's like, how many of you remember what fifth grade was like? You're like, was it worth $28,000 of your life to do this? Sorry, I'm going off on a side tangent. I know you talked about AI, but like,
No, whatever you want to talk about.
no, just the fact of like, what is education? What are we doing? Why are the kids in the classroom? It's like, and like I was joking with you earlier about like, they're like, no, they're in jail. Of course they are. They go to rooms. We make them listen to things. We feed them lunch on a tray. We're like, here's your tray food. Don't get shanked in the bathroom because adults can't go in there. So I hope you're not getting fucking stabbed while you guys are dealing your vape pens back and forth. Fucking losers.
Fifth grade vape pens. Oh, it's a good time.
Dude, well, with my school, right, it's a small small private school. There's about 5 or 600 kids, K through 12. So, and the bathrooms, of course, like, there are kid bathrooms and adult bathrooms. So the kid bathrooms are just filled with people vaping, and there's nothing we can do about it because, heaven forbid, I walk in and be like, stop vaping. And they're like, he grabbed my dick. Like, I did not grab your dick. Oh, son of a bitch.
Well,
Anyway.
it'll help. I mean, it's bad for them, but it's a cognitive enhancer. Maybe they're learning more because of the like devil's advocate here, of course.
Well, yeah, you learn better when you have nicotine, when you already have a habit, because when you're withdrawing from nicotine, you can't focus on anything except for
Right.
wanting more nicotine.
True.
So, of
true.
course, if you've already established the habit,
by
all means, go to the bathroom, come back 10 minutes later, and pay attention to the rest of my class, which is infinitely important for the rest of your life, you 7th grader.
Yes.
Animal Farm, let me tell you. We're all animals in a farm here.
Yes, that was the point of the book.
Anyway.
I do
So-
think of the workhorse from Animal Farm a lot, where it's like, I will work harder. I will work
Yeah.
harder. I'm like, that mentality, you know?
Yeah,
it's,
yeah. Oh no, I'm blanking on his name. I
Oh,
almost
well.
said Buster. I'm like, it's not Buster. I taught one of my units on like silent films and Buster Keaton and whatever,
Oh, yeah,
but
yeah.
no. Oh, what? The workhorse in
Chaplain?
Animal Farm. There's Clover. She's one of the horses.
Oh, I don't remember the
There's
names.
Molly, who
Yeah.
is the one who wears ribbons in her hair and runs off. Well, of course I
Well,
remember the names.
Snowball was one of them, right?
Snowball
Like,
was Trotsky,
yeah.
and Napoleon was Stalin. No, what? Boxer. Yeah, there we go. Boxer was the horse's name.
Yeah.
And he works really hard, and he's the naive working
Well,
class
it's just
people.
society. Yeah.
Yeah, they're the
that's-
naive working class. They're like, I will do better. And like, because people genuinely in their hearts want to do better. They want
Right.
to work in a system that's fair, and we want to do our best and make this amazing life and this amazing society. And if you have people on the top that exploit you or start doing things a little bit crooked, it will ruin your entire fucking country and your
Mhm.
entire thing. And like, it's a horrible allegory because you're like, life could be beautiful. We all want it to be,
Yeah.
but some people just power is addictive, right? Like
Yep.
you get it. And, well, I mean, I don't know. I don't have
Well,
any
I don't
power.
know.
I don't have power, but
But
supposedly.
you imagine you get a little crooked the higher up you get, where you're like, I'm gonna do this now, and then people follow.
Yep.
You're reading The Undiscovered Self by Carl Jung, where it's like, you got to be an individual, man. You got to find out what your core values are, and you got to integrate that into society. Otherwise, it's just a sea of people being steered by one person, and that one person most likely doesn't know what's right. You
Isn't
know?
the person that should be steering.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's fascinating, and I mean, I'm more than halfway through my life. I mean, 35. We'll see.
We'll
you
see.
know, I'll be pretty happy if I make it to 60, right? You know,
Yeah,
but-
70. Give yourself 70.
I'll
You're
give
healthy.
myself
You're
70. I've started
right.
running, right?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
getting in shape.
Running
Yeah.
away from death.
running away from death every step I take.
Anyways, what was the point?
What was the point of that? No, I lost my digression. Sometimes these digressions go on a little bit
Yeah.
too far.
That's fine. That's totally
Yeah,
fine.
it's
That's
whatever.
part of the podcast,
Yeah,
man.
it's
We
part of
just
the-
go where it goes.
The broke-ass.
I
Dude, I wish Isaac was here so we
Yeah,
could just
we do.
make fun of him for being a dummy.
for being just
I mean,
a better person.
for being
than
a better
us.
person, but also a dummy.
Isaac will be on the podcast in a few episodes.
I'm
Side notes.
gonna make a return. Not that anyone wants me to, but I have to be here while Isaac gets interviewed so I can be a part of this because that sounds fun. So what do you usually ask people on these
So
podcasts?
there's only two things in the format. I make a little
Nice.
intro, then the
Okay.
intro fades away, and I say, "Hey, what's your favorite joke?" So think of that. And then at the end of the podcast, I say, "What are your favorite song lyrics?" In the middle, I just interview the person because I'm like, "Oh, you're my friend. This is what your interests are. This is how I know you. Let's
Yeah.
talk." I know you through books and cinema, so we've already been touching base on that a little bit.
Wait, pause. I'm just stuck on the fact of like, what's my favorite joke? So I'm not even listening to you. All the rest that you said, you're gonna have to say it again
Well,
later.
what's the top 10 jokes? Something that pops into
Yeah,
your...
no. Immediately I'm annoyed because I'm like, that's somebody else's joke that they told me. But this goes back to what we were talking about. Oh my god, we're gonna be
It's
we're
gonna be everywhere.
ping-ponging.
Yeah.
This goes back to what you were saying about AI earlier when we were talking in the car. You're like, or ideas, like where do ideas come from? And we were talking as teachers, it's really hard with AI just in the fact that it's like, I want you to write an essay, and they're like, okay, AI, write me an essay on the prompt, and then they have the essay, and it's like, okay, but if you actually read your essay, you're learning, But if you just tell them do it and then you turn it in, you didn't learn anything, you don't care, you're just doing it because you have to do it. Whereas some people, if they actually take the time to read their essay and then tweak it, it's like they're doing so much work and they're getting help, but they're like seeing it and processing the information, which is like, okay, I want you to learn something, right? And show me that you can do it. So we're like, write an essay. And now that they have this tool that can write it for us, it's like, well, now I need a new way to show that you're learning but what way is better than your actual mind saying, here are the words that I've learned through language and I'm putting them together. Like, it's a really great way to show that you know something is being able to talk about it or write about it.
Mm-hmm.
And now with AI, it's like they can just cheat on that, which is crazy. But one of my old fellow literature teachers, and he's older than me, but he's like, no, it's great. Like, and he helped me think about it differently. He's like, look, when you're sitting in a classroom and the teacher's talking, you're supposed to learn what they say.
Mm-hmm.
When you read something that somebody wrote, you're supposed to learn what they wrote and then say what it is. He's like, so why not let them ask AI for answers? Then they're getting the information and then they have to write it out themselves. So it's the same process. It's like, you have to get something from somewhere, and then whatever creative part of your brain, whatever is the higher functioning part of your brain that connects and processes things and puts it down, then you're doing the thing. So even though AI seems weird and bizarre and it's like, they can cheat, it's like, but also it's just more of the same, and you're just learning because like T.S. Eliot in The Wasteland, like he's grabbing all the modernists, they're grabbing, like they're stealing, they're ripping off Homer, they're ripping off
Shoulders of Giants or whatever.
Yeah, they're ripping off everything and then just putting their perspective on top of it. And we think they're the greatest artists of all time, like I do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And this is what the kids are doing today. They're like, I'll like skim over this from ChatGPT, figure out what it is, add in what the teacher said, and I'll just like smoosh it into something.
They're still putting in some form of effort, I guess, which is part of it.
Well, yeah, you just have to be smart enough not to give them an assignment where it's like, please write an essay and then turn it in on the online Dropbox, and I won't look at it ever, and you won't look at it, and then it'll be fine.
Well, that's because the role of a teacher, right? To show you care as well. Like, I'm going to read this. I'm going to highlight stuff.
That's a good point. You have to show that your eyes are going to be on something, and usually what we do, I mean, to avoid all the hassle that AI causes, is just the fact that it's like, okay, we're doing an in-class essay. You have to write by hand. There's no devices. Yeah. So you could be, if you're smart, and this is something I did in college, is I memorized what a math test looked like. Like, he gave us a practice test in college, and everything on the practice test was exactly the same, except the numbers were different. But you could figure out what it looked like on the practice tests, and I was smart enough to figure out that, like, I can just seize the answer for this because it looks like that. And I got an A in my college algebra class, not because I knew any of the math. I couldn't understand it at all. But no, I just figured out, I hacked it. I just figured out what the loophole was. And it's like,
at what point is that not earning your letter?
And I am earning and I did earn the grade, right? Yeah. And so much of life is you have to hack things. So it's like, I don't get mad at the students when they trick me and they're better and they figure it out. I'm like, ooh, okay, now I got to think about this because they're challenging me, I'm challenging them. We're both thinking together and working through it, which,
yeah. I have a musician friend who's very music theory and technical, and he's like, you go from the 5th to the 7th. And when I'm playing something, I play the 5th, and then I play, like, the 4th. I'm like, he's like, that's not right, quote unquote. But it's like, no, this is what feels right. This is where I want the picture to be drawn. This is how I want it to be.
Really?
You know, so
that's cool.
Where was I going with this? I lost it.
I could breathe a little bit longer and try to pretend like the thought was still there, and I'm just dwelling on the immensity of the goodness of this thought. But I'll be honest and say I lost it.
It's primitive. There's an innate human feeling where like this picture's right because of the math prerequisite, because of the practice beforehand. I see the same picture being formed. So it's like you have to go this way and go that way, but it feels right this way. Like, trust your instincts for the most part, right? Like, that's how, I don't know. Do you think T.S. Eliot, when he was writing The Wasteland, like, he was all feelings. He was losing his mind. He was like, he
wrote it, as far as I remember, right? He was in a sanatorium. He had what's the quote unquote term they used back in the 1920s? Not a was it a nervous breakdown or
was
he had
in
a
that
nervous
act.
breakdown or basically he's like he was too tired. He needed a rest in the sanatorium. It's like, yeah, like we all need rest occasionally. Like myself,
too much.
I have taken 2 spells in the in the rest house.
Yeah.
But
Well, it's the same thing with Bottle Rocket, right? Where he's like, I was tired. I was overtired.
I was tired. One day, oh yeah, God, what is the quote? I'm gonna try to remember. The girl comes to the swimming pool and she's sitting there. She's like, "Wow, like, so what happened?" He's like, "Well, one day I realized I didn't want to answer that question, and I didn't want to answer any other question for the rest of my life, and." Then I just started driving, and like a day later, you know, I ended up here in Phoenix, and I was there for 3 months.
You
But-
sound complicated.
Wow, you're so complicated. He's
try
like, I
not
try
to
not to be. Yeah, Bottle Rocket. All right, that is
That's
the
one of
best
Wes
Wes
Anderson.
Anderson
Yeah.
film. Although I do,
He
like,
started
all
off
his
with
other
a great
films,
one.
too. Yeah, no, he started it well.
No.
But anyway, all right. Hold on
Um,
a second. I'll take a pause. Well, Philip
Yeah.
talks about something very important for a minute. We need some commercials, Phil.
Yeah, this from our
What is it?
sponsors.
Our sponsors. Hold on.
Our sponsors are Vinyls, Rolling Rock. If you're not drinking it, then you're not having a great time. Dude, if I got some sponsors, dude, I would sell them. I would sell them so good. The problem is, no one will ever hear this.
you're selling Rolling Rock so good right now.
So yummy.
If you're not having it, then I guess you pick something better. Sorry.
I even told you
from
in the
Rolling
store, I
Rock.
was like, remember a Rolling Rock, how it's not as good as and then you pick up like too many of them.
Hey, dude, cheap is cheap.
No, it's like 90 cents a pop, so you can't go wrong.
Yeah, we grew up in a house where our parents definitely shop for value, and that has been passed on to myself.
It looks like someone is
we
trying
got
to...
a tiny person. All right, so Olivia's back on the podcast. Looks like she's coming in here to hang out for a second, so.
Olivia, are you out there?
Yeah.
Come on in, buddy. What are you doing out there? You having fun?
Come here, like talking to the microphone.
You're
All
hot.
right, talk about
Is
it.
it sunny outside?
Yeah.
What movie did you watch today?
Yeah, let's ask her about Peter Pan.
Ooh, Peter Pan?
Yeah.
Can you tell us about Peter Pan? Can you tell us what the story is? Here, put the microphone closer, obviously.
Who was your favorite in Peter Pan?
The mermaid.
The
Oh, the
mermaids.
mermaids.
Why?
Because they are so beautiful. So many colors.
So many colors.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
What else did you like in the movie Peter Pan?
Were you scared of the crocodile?
Were you scared of Captain Hook?
Ooh.
But the crocodile just eat him.
He tried to
Yeah.
catch him. He didn't eat him, but he tried to.
He's trying to. He's just
Yeah.
hungry.
And
Yeah, talking to the
the
microphone.
Captain Hook just do like this. Help.
Keeping his feet up, yeah, so that he could keep the mouth from closing on him. That was pretty funny. And stressful. I remember being stressed. I was stressed for
Alice
Captain
in
Hook.
Wonderland stressed me and Isaac both out. He's
I
running
tried
through
to
the
watch
rabbit
that.
hole.
I tried to watch Alice in Wonderland with her recently, and I was like, dude, this is way too creepy and scary
Yeah.
for a 5-year-old. So we didn't watch it all.
I mean, the
The
theory is
clams,
they
you
were.
remember the clam part where he's like, I'm gonna eat all the clams.
I didn't understand what was
Dude,
going
it
on as a
scary.
kid.
I
was.
still don't understand what's going on, but it's scary. Sure, it's an allegory for something.
Yeah.
but-
Well, it's people on LSD writing a movie. It's what it is.
I don't know.
There's something to it. You know, there's something special there, I guess. I don't. We don't like to talk bad about anything on the podcast. If we like whatever you like,
Keep
we're
it
fans
positive,
of.
man. That's what we're all about here. Positive space.
Speaking of positive, we got a couple books sitting around here. We were talking about Murakami earlier. Would you like to talk
Oh
about?
no,
Haruki
actually,
Murakami?
I want to take a sidetrack for a second and,
Go for it.
bother you for a minute
Okay.
because
I don't know.
you mentioned, and I've thought about this once or twice since you said it because I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, you told me that there are more people in their 30s with $1 million than people in their 30s in America with a six-pack. And you're about to be 30 in October.
With a
And
six-pack.
as far as I know, yeah, you've got a decent six-pack. So, I mean, how does that make you feel
I
going into
mean,
your 30s?
here's the thing. I don't have $1 million. Far from it, folks. But I have one of the two components. Because most people have neither. Is the reality of it. Most people don't have $1 million, and most people don't have a
That's
six-pack.
a good way to look at it.
You know what I mean?
It's still a minority in both neighborhoods.
Right. Yeah, not everyone's a millionaire, but it's easier to get $1 million than it is to get a six-pack.
Statistically
Statistically.
true.
But why is that? Is it because, and this is American statistic, because the food we have is so saturated,
Yeah.
the fats, the
That's
sugars. What's
Come
up?
here, Ollie. Ask the question. Ask the question into the
Oh,
microphone.
Grandpa's at work.
Where is Grandpa?
Yeah,
at
Grandpa and
work?
Grandma are still at work. They'll be back soon, and they'll come yell at us all. Don't worry.
Yeah.
We will
What are you
face the
doing?
wrath. Yeah.
I'm hot. I want to eat.
This house is not
It's
hot,
yeah.
and we don't have food. So quick, go back to the regular house with Mom.
Where it's
Ask
nice
her.
and cool.
Okay. But come quick, say bye first, and say.
Or in that one. Go talk in that one.
Say something. What do you want to say?
What's your favorite joke, Ollie?
What's your favorite joke?
Jokes
Do you
on
know
this
any
podcast.
jokes? You know anything funny you could say?
Uncle Philip take me.
Is what?
Well, I wouldn't exactly call that a classic joke,
Yeah,
but,
she's learning. She's only 5.
all right. Olive, out.
We'll be done very soon. I'll help you with this. Ready? Get set. Go. I'm like sweating in here. I'm cooking up.
Yeah, the ice cubes, man.
Oh, yeah.
I have the ice cube eating thing. We can
Like the
eat them.
console and Under the Volcano, he's just walking around. Following around sometimes.
That's a reference that no one understood, Ben.
Under the Volcano, Malcolm Lowry. And also the movie that was done
Uncle
by...
Philip.
Oh, his name is famous. He did The Maltese Falcon. John Huston.
I
John
have
Huston.
so many
Maltese-
things
Good film.
like
okay.
they are like ice and they are
Treasure
young.
of the Sierra
So
Madre for my
many
film fans out there.
colors
Yeah,
and
John
so
Huston.
many flavors.
He's like that, the Hemingway of making movies. He was a badass.
Maybe a little
Super
bit.
cool. Lived a full life. If I could live half the life that man lived.
They live half the life of Hemingway. That guy, he
that's
survived like 4 plane crashes that he crashed
What
himself.
flavor do
It
you
was his own fault.
He
man. He was
boxed.
drunk while
Yeah.
flying the
Yeah.
plane. That's probably why he crashed.
He shot rhinos. He did everything. Cats with 12 toes. He has those too.
His
What's
cat's
up,
all
Ollie?
12 times. I'm gonna have a bald cat,
What
so yeah,
flavor
someday that's
do
what
you
they'll say
like?
about me.
Blueberry.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Blueberry what?
I have no idea.
Okay. Shut the door.
Ice cubes.
Oh, ice cube. Yeah, blueberry ice cube, please. What a sweet kid.
Yeah, I wish I knew her better. I don't know who that is.
What's that Caddyshack joke where there's like all the kids in the house and the grandfather's like, "Is this one ours?" Like, yeah, that's your 12th son. Or he's like, "Oh yeah."
No, the joke I always think about is in Easy A with Emma Stone, like with
Yeah,
her family's
the
hilarious. The
adopted
dad,
kid.
yeah, the adopted kid and the dad or whatever, and they're like all making fun of him. They're like, "Who told you were adopted?"
Adopted.
But even better is like when the scene's over, they all leave. They're both eating cereal. The dad looks at the boy and he's just like, "So tell me about yourself." Like he has no idea who this kid is. I love that joke.
That's a great film. That is
it's-
genuinely a good
Easy
film.
A is fantastic. It's
Yeah.
good writing. It's very enjoyable.
Not to be too highbrow, but something goes into the popular culture like that, I'm like, this is a fantastic film, you know?
I
Not
mean,
like that with all of them. Wait,
so many. No, I will say that there are so many good films that do break into the public
true,
stream.
true.
Like,
This is true.
Like they really do. And what the good thing about award shows? It's like so many people are like, what does it matter with award shows? Who cares? It's like because then I know what movies to watch. Like, how do you find any fucking movie if someone recommends it to you? Well, why not let it be recommended
By
by
critics.
all the fucking people making the movies?
Yeah.
Like, they're in it, they directed it, the critics talk about it. It's like, yes, there's no... Like,
I
this
think-
is so infuriating. Sorry, no, let me
All right,
continue.
all right,
This
continue.
is so infuriating to me when people are like, you only watch Oscar films? I'm like, why don't you?
Yeah.
They're the ones that our culture at this moment deems to be important. Like, of course I do. I watch all of them.
It's the same thing.
They're
It's
not
like
all
you
winners, but hey, I watch them.
Same thing with reading. Where it's like, oh, you only read Steinbeck? Like, he was famous. It's like, yeah, because for a reason. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like it's so stupid. It's so dumb.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but we like to just be like, everyone likes to be a little special. Like, I know this hidden gem.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. It's like, oh, you're so mainstream. Like, God, it just reminds me of a girl. Of course, things remind me. It's like this one girl. She's like, oh, yeah, it was about the Oscars. She's like, oh, you watch the Oscars? That's so mainstream. And I was like, What do you even fucking know about anything?
Yeah.
Come on.
Sensitive topics.
She was the worst. Just the worst. Nice lady. Nice lady. Wish her nothing but the best.
Yeah.
But just the worst.
Daddy, you want some ice cube to sing?
Ice cubes or ice cream or ice popsicles?
The popsicles.
I don't want a popsicle. Uncle Phil, do you want a popsicle?
I'll have a popsicle once we're done recording. I'll be in there in 10 minutes. How about that, Ollie? Give me a fist bump. Give me some knuckles.
it now.
Oh, okay.
Tell her to bring one popsicle.
One popsicle, please.
Wait, and tell her if she wants to come in here, she has to be interviewed.
Yeah, she's going to be on the podcast.
On the microphone. You tell her. Come in here and she can be on the microphone.
Dozens of people will hear this.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Not even dozens.
Yeah.
Why do you
Maybe 10 people.
Why do you think I signed up for this? I was like, this is going nowhere.
Good old family support, as always.
And if I'm wrong, I'm riding the gravy train all the way to the promised land. Yeah, but anyway. No, Phil, you're great. I love you. You're doing good things. And thanks for having me on the podcast.
Yeah, well,
what's the name of the podcast, by the way? Every podcast has a name.
I talked about this in episode 1. I'm going to say it again.
Do it. Well,
I was on ChatGPT. I was like, I should start a podcast. I was like, they're like, what do you want to do? I was like, I want to talk with my friends. They're like, you should call it Talks with Friends. I'm like, that's amazing. Talks with Friends.
That's exactly what I need. That's exactly what I need if I was fucking. Wait, is that the name of your podcast?
Talks with Friends. Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ. Proof, ladies and gentlemen, that AI is not always
It's not cutting edge.
the top of the barrel. That's funny.
But also, part of me doesn't.
Talks with Friends and my brother, who I hate. Anyway, continue. Sorry.
So do you either have a joke or a song lyric that has impacted you? That is a prerequisite for the podcast.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Otherwise, you're cut out, Ben. You're cut out forever.
All right, the joke. Yeah. So the first joke that always jumps to mind, because I want a quick, simple joke, and like for whatever reason, because Jerry Seinfeld got behind this joke.
I know this
You're
joke.
right. Yeah. He was like, "This is my favorite joke." I was like, "Ooh, I gotta remember this," and I do. So it always pops in my head. Which was 2 nuts are walking down the street. One was assaulted, and I'm like, that's okay.
That's a good one.
Right,
That's a good one.
And then my buddy Adam told me a joke that was hilarious, and that always pops up also in my head is like, what's a joke? And it's like, what do you call a psychic midget who escapes from jail? A small, medium, or large.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And then another one of my favorites. Sorry,
You're sitting there with all 3 barrels here.
I'm firing from multiple cylinders.
Yeah, I love it.
Is there's a Rodney Dangerfield one-liner.
This is what I was going to ask you about.
I love. Oh, it's so good. He's like, I went to the doctor, right? I went to the doctor. I'm like, hey, is my heart, like, my heart's been bothering me. It's like, is my heart healthy enough for sex? He's like, not if you join in. I love that. I think that's a great one-liner.
For you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Is
a
Mom
blue
coming?
popsicle. Yeah, is Mommy coming?
No.
Mommy. I don't know this lady. I'm not related. I don't know.
Like it?
All right, we're going to wrap up, folks. Thank you for listening.
Wait, I didn't do my song lyric yet.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You're
do your
cutting
song
me
lyric.
out. There's important bed time. The
This
fans
podcast
want
is
bed.
already twice as long
We
as the
want
other.
bed. We want
We'll
bed.
have you back on the show, maybe never.
You sons of bitches. All right, bye-bye.
What is your song lyric? This guy, he reads books. He watches films. Does he
probably
know
have a
song
good-
lyrics?
Um,
What changed you? What made you feel something? You know,
so the song lyrics. What are good song lyrics? Wait.
She's coming.
My beautiful
Vina.
blushing bride, everyone. Here she comes.
Say hello, Vina. Hello.
We're
There we
doing-
go.
Hey, all right, we need to get the wife on the podcast. Do you know a funny joke?
What's a funny joke, Vina?
What's a joke that you remember? Not in English, anyway. All right.
Yeah, for my Chinese audience.
All right.
International.
We'll wrap it up. Thanks again.
Thanks
This is
again,
fun.
folks.
All
Thanks for listening.
Are we playing?
We're on the
Are we
air.
playing? All right. I don't know if you know this about me, Phil, but I just have a beautiful voice. Like, people like the sound of my voice.
You know that cliche where it's like, I hate my voice on the
No, but like...
message machine? That's me every podcast. I'm like, I sound ridiculous.
But yet, I sound so good. I'm like, why am I not on the radio? And then I remember the radio is a stupid invention that nobody's on anymore.
All inventions are good inventions. People are making things. I'm for it, you know?
Yeah, that's true. All right, so this is part 2 of the podcast.
Ooh.
At the beginning of the podcast, we had only consumed, half of our 18-pack. Now we're on the other half, so... this is kind of an
We're
experiment.
turning it up a notch.
You know, we're still talking. We're just having fun and letting our conversations roam.
And
where
that's
they
the
will
thing,
go.
like, I talked at a July 3rd party about thoughts. Where do thoughts come from? We are not our own thoughts, but at the same time, what are we then? Where it's like, well, that's not me, that weird thought I had, but is it the muse? Is it the inspiration? Is it the ghost? Is it the spirit? Is it the demon? Is it wirings in the brain and neurons?
Well,
you know?
like when I do a lot of guided meditation.
Yes.
So like I will put something on YouTube and I will sneak away to the second floor at my school where there's a little hiding place with some beanbag chairs, and I will lay down and I'll put on this guided meditation. Usually when I'm hungover and just I'm like,
Need
this
some
is
calm.
a horrible day. I
Yeah.
need to like center myself so I can make it through the day, right? And then I'll listen to some guided meditation and they're all like, you are not your thoughts. Like the thoughts are floating by, they're clouds, you see it, you let go of it, and you come back to your breathing. You're breathing. The whole thing is about your breathing, right?
Right. Well, it's like you experience life. I'm seeing this tree as I drive by on the road. I am not the tree. So it's the same concept, but this thing is inside of me, whereas the tree is outside. So I'm not sure how much I buy into that you're not your thoughts. Like, you have bad thoughts and you have good thoughts, but what is the origin of them, I guess? And where is me? I cut off my arm. That's not, my arm's not me anymore, but it's like, is it just my soul? Is it just my heart? Is it just what
Yeah.
keeps me ticking?
Yeah.
You know, where do you draw? It's the same thing with the AI, where it's like, where do you draw the line of plagiarism
Yeah.
or reality or who you are?
I guess at 35 with a daughter and a wife and a successful career, and I'm just really on top
Raging
of
success.
I'm just on top of my shit. I really
Think you're
know
better than me
myself.
because you're better than me?
Think you're better than me because you're better than me? Hey, that's my joke. I love that joke. Anyway, I don't remember where that joke came
You were
from.
35, success,
Yeah,
origin
yeah,
of
I'm a
five,
big success.
souls.
Big deal,
Yeah.
big deal. That's why
I cut you off. I'm a bad host. I'm a bad
That's
host.
why I'm sitting in my brother's trailer drinking beer till I throw up.
Hey,
Nah.
the fans don't know I live in a trailer.
Wait.
I'm a raging success.
Well, you are.
Well,
you are living exactly the life that you've chosen to live.
This is true.
And in a sense, like
It's free. It's
it's
total
successful.
freedom.
It's
Yeah.
successful, and you have this total amount of freedom, and you pay the price for that freedom, which
Yes.
is like.
You can't have your cake and eat it too.
Yeah,
I'm
dude.
looking at my cake, wanting to
I'm
eat
married,
it. But
and I'm married with a kid, and I have what I want too. I have a career, my wife, my kid. And there's always something miserable. Coming back to the Woody Allen
Yeah,
thing, it's
yeah,
like the
horrible
horrible
and
and
the
the
miserable.
miserable. It's like, yeah, I'm grateful to be miserable. Like, I have a good life that I love, and occasionally it's really hard.
and Ollie's back with the peanuts.
Here comes Ollie again. Well, I mean, if this is part 2 of the podcast, she has to come.
Okay, well, what
She has to
is
make
a
a cameo.
celebrity? Yeah.
We need a cameo from our favorite.
Ollie, speak into the microphone and eat your animal
I mean,
crackers.
I would love to get to know her because, you
You
know.
want some?
I don't know this kid.
Oh, no, thank you. Thank you for sharing, though. That's really nice of you.
Daddy, what?
No, thank you.
Can you
Appreciate
close
it.
that door, Ollie? So the doggies don't get in here?
Mhm.
Good job. Thank you.
Me and Uncle Phil, we're
Paul.
we're going to the end. We're doing kind of a beat experiment here.
Yeah,
where
we're
you
beating
just
baby.
you
Jackie
just
Ryder,
getting
get out the
you're
way.
just getting
Come
more
on,
and more
Kerouac.
savage as the hours pass, and we'll see what happens.
Okay,
But
we're
see,
gonna
This is what people should do.
Yeah.
I feel like not all the time, because then you end up as a homeless person. But
Yeah.
occasionally,
a
gotta
little
push
organic,
yourself.
and you push the limits,
Yeah,
and yeah, I agree. I agree.
yeah, exactly.
So-
Olive, do you agree? Yeah, she nodded her head.
I got this turntable about 6 months ago as a sobriety present to myself. Ha ha ha.
Good for you.
And then I bought The Creek Drank the Cradle by Iron and Wine. Yes, that's a plug. That's his first album. It's the best one. Everyone's like, oh, our Endless Number Days. No, this is the best one. It's him recording in Florida with acoustic guitar, a banjo, and a slide guitar. And that is where music stems from. As far as one man can go, 3 instruments is the pinnacle, where it's like, make
That's
it work,
cool.
and it's amazing. I listened to that. So a little inside the Philip Hessa scoop. I just
pretty
listen
cool.
to that album and I read books, and that is what makes my sad music.
Man, you know what's so funny too? So you're talking about a plug for something. So I'm like,
Yeah.
what would I plug as like a reader and a movie watcher? And I'm like,
Karlov, right?
Huh?
No, don't let me. You say what you're gonna say. I don't want to distract
hey,
you.
you're trying to distract me with this mumbling nonsense. All right, no.
Noskar.
No, what I would plug, and what's really funny is there's this 7-book series called Septology. They're all very short, but you put them together, they're 800 pages. And you
Oof.
read it, and it's about like an artist. It's one sentence long. The whole thing is a bunch of commas. You're reading it. You're like,
800 pages in one
this-
sentence.
yeah,
A
it's like
grammatically correct sentence. Really?
Of
Come
course,
on.
it's not grammatically correct. No, of course not.
All right. Well,
But
fair enough.
the whole book, it just has this rhythm of, and I read a critic talking about it, so I can't take credit for it. As much as I would love to. I was like, why is this so good? He's like, the reason why it's like someone counting a rosary bead. You're like
it's like a
every
mantra.
part of the sentence until the comment is like, yeah, it's a mantra. You're counting these rosary beads like he does in the book as he's thinking about being an artist and painting these obscure things. And this book is not for the layman. I'm sorry, it's not.
Yeah.
Like I read
Eyebrow
it,
stuff.
and almost nobody I know would ever enjoy this book, but I read it.
This.
And then wait, no,
Okay.
sorry,
okay.
sorry.
Go for it.
I
Go
gotta
for
run
it.
with
Please,
while I've
please.
still
Yes.
got
Yeah.
the thought
Run
in
with
my
it.
head.
Run with it, baby.
And then the second thing I would recommend is Hong Kong. Olivia. What?
Yeah, I know. You gotta just throw them in the trash, okay?
Yeah, if they
or
fall on
or
the
eat
ground,
them.
you gotta
Or
throw
whatever
them
you
away.
want to do.
So that's all right. Sorry.
Okay, Hong Kong. Tell me about Hong Kong.
my yeah, so this lady, this South Korean, she won the Nobel Prize, and I read her, and the only reason I read John Foss, who, or however you pronounce it,
Faust
who
or
even
whatever,
knows,
yeah.
was because he won the Nobel Prize. So again, I go back to the fact of like in the last podcast when we talked about like, oh, why do you care about awards? I'm like, because they show us who's good. Like, I'm sorry, there's so much just whatever.
So this is the claim of like
Oh,
the
man,
hipster.
I don't know.
There's hidden talent that doesn't get appreciated,
Of course.
but the top of whoever is seen does rise to the top. If they won
And
an
they
award,
usually
they're
deserve
usually
it. They
yes,
usually
yeah.
deserve it.
There may be some hidden band that's better, but they're hidden so they don't
When
see
you're in
the
your
spotlight.
20s, you tend to see the world in the fact that like they just don't get it and like all the hidden
Yeah,
things or whatever.
man.
As you get older, you're like, no, like hard work pays off, and you do see these things.
Right.
Which is why I think that
This is
honestly,
Bukowski.
you are gonna break out and you are gonna find your market.
I work
eventually.
hard. I work hard.
You will, and I believe that you will. Honestly,
Thank you.
From
Thank
the
you.
bottom of my soul, I
Yeah.
believe that hard work pays off.
Yeah.
I have to because I'm in the same boat. I'm like, I'm writing things all the time, but none of it goes anywhere.
Yeah,
So.
and this is Charles Bukowski. He was working like 12-hour,
Until he
16-hour
was
shifts
50,
and
yeah.
writing all night long.
Yeah.
And then, 50, he finally hit.
Yep.
You know?
If you keep up the work, which I've done, and I what's weird, I was talking to Artem about this, one of my buddies. It was just about the fact that I have not lost anything since I was 18. Like, I still believe in myself. Like, despite everything I've gone through, I'm like, no, like, you're a writer. You're a good writer.
You formed your identity.
And,
Yeah.
well, yeah.
You've strengthened it since then through
Yeah,
the hardship.
And it's just, like, I know I'm good, and I know what I say is worthwhile, even if no one reads it. Like, the book I'm writing right now, the fourth book in my, like, I told you about this on the drive up. The fourth book in my tetralogy, which is, you know, a fun word to
Yeah.
trot out occasionally, which means nothing. It just means four.
4 books. Yeah. Dance, Dance, Dance with the tetralogy.
Hey,
Yeah, there
it
we go,
was.
yeah.
Even though Dance 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 was kind of an, it was like
It was the best one. It was the best
epilogue.
one.
It was the epilogue, but
Okay.
yeah.
But you're working on a tetralogy. Tell us about that, Ben.
Oh, man.
This will be
How I
a
wish
hidden
I-
gem for those who find you 20 years
God.
later.
Yeah, no. See, this is
Ollie-
why I came on this podcast, because I need readers. I need people to view what I'm doing. No, I'm just fucking around.
Ollie,
Where's that?
you gotta. We're recording a podcast here.
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for saying hello. That's very nice.
Ollie, why is your hair so curly?
Oh,
But is it magical hair? You gotta
Yeah.
say. Yeah. your
magical hair, magical curly hair.
It's pretty cool.
Pretty cool, girl. Pretty cool.
Dad, I'm thirsty and hot.
Good. Go inside. That's where the drinks and the cool air is. In here,
Yep.
it's hot and bothersome.
Yep. riddled by existential crises.
That too.
Let me get this one for you. Wing. There you go. You want to bring your crackers with you?
No, I'm gonna leave it here unless you.
You're gonna leave it here.
Okay. And all the ones on the floor too. Wonderful.
Okay. Good.
We'll add it.
Yeah. No, that's good. All right.
So tetralogy, writing, who you were when you were 18.
No,
it works.
It's just interesting. Like recently, I'm embracing AI. I think it's a wonderful thing.
What?
Yeah, I've still got to kick the occasional kid who thinks they're gonna cheat me, and I'm like, I'm 35 years old. You're not tricking me. I know that this isn't you writing, you fucking idiot. So it's like, if you're a teacher, you know if the kid's cheating or not. It's not like it's hard to figure out.
Yeah.
So that's not a bad thing. But
it's
shit,
good to
no,
see
I
you
lost my
embrace the
train of
positive side of AI, because anyone
I
who sees
do.
it is either
You have
positive
to
or it's
embrace it.
negative. You know,
No,
well, it's gonna happen regardless. So might as well keep a good mindset on it.
absolutely. Like this comes from like 35 years of experience, where it's like I've always been more of a closed off person. I try to like protect myself from things because I feel a lot, just like most of us do.
Yes,
It's
emotions.
like,
emotions.
Dude, things attack you, and you have to build up walls to keep
Some
yourself
grit.
sane and keep yourself from killing yourself and all of this stuff, right? But no, I have to consciously, and I look at our dad, and I'm like, he's a closed off person. Like he's like, I have a system and it's closed, and nothing new will ever get into me.
Right.
And he's been like that since his 20s, and this is this is one of the complications for my relationship with our parents, is just the fact that like I respect them so much for raising us well and taking care of us and loving us. And the hard part for me is the fact that like I can't have an honest conversation where I'm like, yeah, but think about this, because I'm afraid of like I'm afraid I'm so smart that I'm gonna shatter their little brains with my insight of being 35, and I
little
probably
ego
will.
there, a
It's
little
probably
bit of ego.
nonsense, but
Yeah.
I don't want to have these painful conversations with my parents because I don't think they're open to them.
Yeah.
And I would rather just let the rest of our lives go by where I'm like, I love you and you love me. Great. We're not going to talk about anything serious, but I will love you and thank you for loving me.
I mean, what is the central theme here? Where it's just like, you want a good relationship, and you don't want to damage that, but you want to be heard and understood, and you want to share things, but at what cost? You know?
Well, yeah, and this is something I think about as having a kid, right? It's like my own relationship with our parents. It's like dad and mom will die, and I don't know if we're ever going to... I was thinking this recently. I was like, I don't know if I'm ever going to have that conversation with my dad where it's like, let's talk about what it means to be men. I don't think I can, because he's already precluded it by being like, this is what it means to be men within the Christian tradition. And I'm like, but that's not real. That's just a framework that you put on top of your life. And now I can't break into your framework. So how can I even express ideas and new things? Because it'll totally like when you are so hard and so closed off from things, then you can't bend. You can't bend to experience new things. And I'm glad that our parents, at least they have the wisdom of being adults for this long. So they're like, yes, there are some problems. Like they get the fact that we have problems and they support us. But if I were to ever try to be like, wow, I'm thinking about this, or whoa, what about a poly relationship when you're older? It's like, no, you don't talk about certain things with your parents because they don't fucking get it. Or like porn, or just anything.
Well, the big talk I have with dad every now and then when I'm drunk, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm just not believing this or that. And he's like, well, God's got to open your eyes. I was like, okay, so it's not up to you, it's not up to me. It's just this mystical experience where all of a sudden I am aware and I'm part of this religion or whatever it is. And Return of Ollie. Hello,
Here
Ollie.
comes the kid again.
It's all sweaty in here, but you brought
I
water
mean,
this
I wish
time.
I knew whose kid this was and why she keeps breaking into this.
What are you doing
trailer.
on our property?
Yeah, what are you doing here?
Everyone's welcome here. Come on in. Just
Come
don't
on
disrupt.
This is the Friends podcast or whatever dumb name ChatGPT gave you.
That's the thing. I can hide behind ChatGPT because I couldn't think of a better name.
Wow.
I think I can call it the cool kids conversation.
Yeah, that's alright. So you watched
literally.
Rumblefish. Sorry.
Dude,
for
oh my
whatever
gosh, can we
reason.
talk about Rumblefish?
Can we
I'm
talk
dying to
about
talk about Rumblefish.
So,
Yeah.
for our viewers at home, I told my brother, so I taught The Outsiders to my students, which was an Essie Hinton novel. And then she wrote Rumblefish later, and Francis Ford Coppola, for whatever reason, made The Outsiders. But he kept it, he's like, as a carrot in my mind, he's like, I really want to make Rumblefish. That's what I want to make.
Ollie,
where
don't do
I'm
that.
like more artistic and I get to
No.
just go crazy and do whatever I want. So he made Rumblefish after The Outsiders. The Outsiders was like, it was a success. It was popular.
here's the problem. I've never seen The Outsiders. I know the gist
Ah.
of it, but I saw Rumblefish and it blew me away.
Dude,
it
Rumblefish
was
is
so
awesome.
good. The ending with the
Yeah.
Keller and I was like, why are these fish in Keller? And then this happens and that, and it's so real.
All right, so tell me what you feel about Rumblefish. So I watched Rumblefish after The Outsiders, just like my brother. Except for the fact that
That I never
read
watched
The Outsiders,
Outsiders.
so whatever. And then I watched Rumblefish, and I was like, oh my god, this is awesome. The actors' names are eluding me. Do you remember?
no, I'm not sure.
The older brother, though,
He did a great job. That was the best performance
it was like
of the
a
film.
Brando performance. It was
Yeah.
very felt and real and awesome.
Well,
and,
felt and real from someone who was was he psychopathic or was he just intelligent beyond comprehension in certain realms? Because his
Well-
younger brother wasn't smart and his older brother was hyper intelligent, and so he's kind of
Yeah.
leading him on this path. You know?
So Francis Ford Coppola made the movie because his older brother, he always looked up to him and thought this was the greatest guy, and he's so much smarter than me, even though Francis Ford Coppola's obviously a genius in his own right and doing his own thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just kind of this hero worship mentality. So he made the older brother just seem amazing, and the older brother, the actor, was just so great because he showed the vulnerability and the flaws and that it wasn't real, but at the same time being like, dude, everybody likes him. You just look at the guy and you're like, this guy is so cool.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well,
so tell me what you thought about
Well,
the film.
as a step from psychology of impressionable adolescence, you see something
Yes.
from a young age, and
Yep.
then it shapes you and forms
Oh,
you.
big time.
I mean, same thing with you, where
Unfortunately.
it's just you'll say things, and I'm like, Ben's so much smarter than me. But I'm like, is he a role model? I don't know.
I am so much. I'm so
He's a smart guy. He's a smart
No,
guy.
I'm just
And he
fucking
is
around.
smarter than me. I will say that on record.
Not.
But
not
just
in a
in
real.
in a
but
worldly sense, I don't know. But in just
I'll-
hyper reading
the
books,
only
you know?
thing I have on you is college degrees. That's it. Beyond that, I have nothing.
Mm.
And it's just
And
so,
some wisdom. You got some age.
so
you got some age on me.
according to society, I
Yeah.
have a notch up, which allows me to get a job, which
Right.
is important to me.
Which
but,
is important to have.
but
you know?
see, it's so I'm caught up in the system, whereas you're outside the system.
Yeah, I'm
which
off the
is-
grid.
Dude,
I was
which-
17. I went across the country with a backpack in my thumb.
Dude,
you know, it was.
badass as shit.
Yeah, I
It's so
slept
cool.
with hobos and park benches.
It's so fucking cool.
Yeah.
I'm
And-
jealous beyond what I could say.
Well, the older I get, I'm scared to do that. I couldn't do that anymore. I know too much. I'm anxious all the time.
I know that's how they get you.
That's how they
Then
get you.
stab you with a dirty needle. No, I don't know.
So Rumblefish,
Yeah.
Um,
Anyway, Rumblefish.
it was entertaining, and there was action scenes, there was emotional scenes, and then just the relationship between him and the best scene in the whole movie
Yeah.
is about hour and a half through before the big woo is
Yeah.
when they're sitting in the bar with their father. And they're like, "Why are you this way? Careful.
Make sure she
careful,
doesn't
Ollie."
fall backwards. Fall forwards.
But don't land on me.
Sorry. My
We
child.
got a little Ollie interference.
Yeah.
She's a good kid. She's a good kid.
Are you a good kid,
Yeah,
Ollie?
good kid.
Yeah, you're a pretty good kid. All right, continue. So the best scene in the movie for you
Yeah, and
was
here's-
an hour and a half in.
I'm
What
glad
was
she
it?
cut me off because I couldn't remember all the dialogue in it.
All right, now here.
Did you remember the dialogue where they sit at the bar and their father's an alcoholic and they're like,
Oh, yeah.
"Dad, what's going on here?" You know, and it's the young brother's realizing he's not that smart. Where he's like, I want to fight and keep the gang together, and the older brother's like, "Dude, it doesn't really matter, man. We're in this
He's
little
kinda
shit small
jaded
town."
at the
you know?
idea of
Yes.
22, yeah, which is really sad and weird. He's kind of embraced nihilism at a young age. He's
Yeah.
like, really, I've seen it. I'm not a fan of it. And well, here's a question for you too, is the fact that some people do die young, and
Yeah.
they die young believing heavily in what they believe. They're like, this is the world, and I don't accept the world, and then they choose to take their life, which is
tragic.
almost like a Camus, like existential, like, no, this is my stand against reality, is the fact that I say fuck you and I'm not being part of reality.
Right. And that in reality, that is all you can do, but it doesn't change anything. You know,
Yeah,
it just pulls you out
it's
of
that-
the equation.
Because
you know?
if you can survive it, then you adapt and you can
Yeah.
grow up, and that's the thing that I learned through my years of like trying to sort of cry for help. Like you said, it's
You know,
not
it's-
an actual suicide; it's a cry for help.
Yeah,
is
and
what it
and
is.
it's a real feeling, and you felt shitty,
yeah,
and you
big
wanted
time, big
something
time.
out of
Like, it
it,
was
but
too
it's either a reality or it's not. You know,
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
me and Jeremy talked about this at the river. Episode 1, folks. Episode
Hey,
1.
episode 1. Please go back to your subscribe or whatever.
We were talking about it's like life just kind of beats you down, and you're gonna throw a temper tantrum until you're 30, and then you're gonna just life doesn't care. How can I muscle up and get a little bit better?
Yeah.
There's a great song by the band Ramshackle Glory. It's called From Here to Utopia. And he says, nothing's going to stop you from dying young and miserable and right. You know? And like, I think that's a great lyric.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Nothing's gonna stop you from dying
Young
young
and
and miserable
miserable
and
and
right.
right.
No, that
You know,
exactly
but
because life has to. You have to break open what you think is real and allow for what is so much bigger than you, which is life, to come in and just. You got to be flexible.
so backtracking to our father, who's
yes,
been
who is inflexible.
hyper religious since Bible college.
Yeah.
And it's just like I'm reading Carl Jung, and you know, trying to be like more understanding or mystical or whatever it is. And it's like I look at the world and I'm like, you have to believe something. Like, where did this all stem from? I don't understand trees or mitochondria or whatnot.
No.
Like, there's a reductionistic viewpoint of it's just this. We're just
Good
a
job,
bag of
Ollie.
meat with just electricity and water. But I don't understand it at all. So it's like it leaves the doorway open a little bit for religion
Yeah.
or for anything else. But the fact of the matter is we all are going to die, and we don't know what's going to happen when we're there. You know, I'm hoping something cool happens and it's exciting and
course.
fun, but
Of course.
and David Foster Wallace as well. Nothing is atheistic. Everybody worships something, so might as well
We
worship
do
something
worship
that's not going to destroy you,
Yeah.
like
Worship
money or
something
fame
that
or
gives you, meaning. Like
yeah.
Yeah, like running. It's like you get. I understand.
Yeah.
I understand everybody. I'm so smart. No, I just get the fact that it's like, why did my ex-girlfriend's parents run every day? Why did they exercise so much? Because
Right.
it gave them meaning and they were happy, and that's how
Yeah.
they shaped their life. Whereas me, what shapes my life is trying to keep everything together, but leaving room for the oh no, now this is happening and I'm drunk again. Oh no, what's gonna happen? Because you like a little bit of flexibility and a little bit of chaos, I guess. For me,
Running makes me think of nicotine pouches as like a low tier dopamine hit. I put it in and then I feel different, but I'm not doing anything. Whereas running, you're earning that dopamine hit. You know, like there's a little bit more substance to it.
Yeah, no, what's weird too is like you run for 30 minutes. You're there for the entire 30 minutes, and you're there talking to your body. You're working. You're doing something. And what's cool is just the fact that it's like there's nothing else. It's you. I mean, there's music, right? If you put music
Yep.
on, which
Some-
is helpful, but it's
Some
like
founding variables.
there's a really healthy, amazing thing that happens when you're just like, here I am. I'm going out here by myself, and so I mean, maybe the world isn't so fucked up. Like people go out and exercise, and they're like, yeah, no, I'm centering myself, and I know what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well-
Sounds like this, and they sleep on here, and then I climb on your leg.
That's funny.
To go like
do you want her to climb on your legs?
Well, let me get these wires out of here, and you do whatever you
Maybe,
want,
Ollie,
Ollie.
maybe. Let's wait a second.
When I was 17 and going across the country, I ended up in California for a while in a place called Pinoche Hills.
Yeah.
It was Desert Hills area, and I met up there with a hippie friend from Canada, and he brought his cousin. We were playing guitar, throwing pumpkins around. There's pumpkins there. I don't know why. It's a weird memory,
It's a
but
good
this is
detail.
reality. This is reality,
Totally
folks.
made up. He made it up, but it's
No, it's not
real.
real. But we were writing down like lists of life, and it's like if you can chill, and staying in the present moment may be the meaning of life. where it's like, this is where we are, and maybe that's enough. Maybe that's the claim where it's just
Dude.
like you live, and that's enough.
Right, but as soon as you say the meaning of life, I just roll my
Well,
eyes.
yeah, of course. We were
Yes.
17. We were 17.
Exactly. Yeah, you're right. Because I'm just like, the meaning of life is whatever meaning you give to your own life.
That's very
That's the
existential.
me-
That is textbook existentialism.
What else
There's-
is there, Phil? There is what in your head, how you look out of the world.
No, but
That is what
you
the
can
meaning is.
extract from it farther away. Like, no, there was a divine entity that created us and said, this is your purpose for right here, which would be the meaning. But there's an ultimate meaning behind that afterlife, which is, arguable. It's
Please, Uncle Phila.
what's up? What are you doing?
Can you stand over there and then you hold my hand and I...
Okay, I'll do that for you.
Why
I'm a good uncle,
not?
folks.
I got time.
But don't trip on this wire, okay? Okay, Ben, take the lead. What do you gotta say? What do you gotta say about yourself?
You go.
About anything.
Alright, well, recently I tried to reread,
Go like
not
this.
reread. I thought about reading Finnegan's Wake because I'm sitting here and I'm like,
That's James Joyce.
what book am I going to read while I'm home over the summer? I've got a whole month. I'm like, oh, here's Finnegan's Wake
This hair
and
doesn't go.
even better, the Reader's Guide to Finnegan's Wake. And I'm like, oh boy, I could do this. This could be the time. It only takes me 17 days. There's 17 chapters. One a day plus the Reader's Guide. That's like 2 hours a day, by the way.
Yeah, but
It
it's
would take a
all
while.
nonsense, right? Like, it's,
Well, and that's why I gave up immediately. Like, the introduction is so cool in Finnegan's Wake, where they're like, here's what he's doing, and it's just this constant, like, there's a battle between the sons and the father, and there's the wife, and it's the same struggle that we always have in our lives, and it goes around and around, and blah, blah, blah. I've explained everything. And then I read one page of Finnegan's Wake, and I was like, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. I have no idea what this is, and I don't like it. So I'm not reading it. Like, I
made
get.
a decision there.
Oh
where
man,
it's-
it's fascinated me since I was like 18. Like when I read the Wikipedia page. Everyone, you need to read the Wikipedia page for Finnegan's Wake because it blows your mind and
Fair
it's so
enough,
cool.
yeah.
And then when you try to read the actual book, you're like, oh, I see why nobody reads it, even though it's so cool because it's fucking nonsense and it makes
Yeah.
it's horrible. But the idea behind Finnegan's Wake is enough. Like if you read the introduction, you read the Wikipedia page, like you have enough to talk about with your friends for a fucking year and a half. Like there's great
Yeah.
stuff in there.
Well, and that's the thing where it's like a crazy person says something, and you're like, well, he's crazy. Joyce says something, and he goes so far up his own tutor that you're like, well, maybe this is actually worth examining.
Well,
you know?
the reason it's worth examining, why we give him credit, is because he wrote Ulysses, and like
Mhm.
that's a book that people can actually read, and you understand. You're like, oh, this is like amazing. This is one of the greatest things a human being has ever put down in words on a page.
So I guess this is the question: does a genius ever lose their genius? If you write Ulysses, you're a genius. Are you genius for life, or
Yeah.
do you
I
miss
mean,
the mark constantly?
No,
you know?
if Joyce would have never written anything else, no, I believe you write one hit that people respond to, yeah, you're a genius. That's
Yeah.
it. No, absolutely. Like,
But is
who
everything?
gives a fuck if you turn into like a crazy monster later?
Yeah, well, Kerouac,
You
right?
did-
Where he wrote on the
Ezra,
road, and then
Ezra Pound, like
Yeah.
he's a fucking psycho. But like, yeah, no, you do something once. That's what history remembers you for, and you're awesome.
Yeah.
So do that thing, that one thing. It doesn't matter what the rest
well,
of it is.
and that is it though too. It's like you do that one thing, and then what? You just die, or do you live in the present moment and you enjoy life beyond that? It's like you made your mark on history. Now enjoy your life, rather than trying to write the next Finnegan's Wake
But
and
see,
just keep
nobody's going to
pushing the
enjoy their
envelope.
life, right? Like
People enjoy their lives. What do you,
No,
what do you
they
say
don't.
there?
No,
What do
I
you say?
don't enjoy my life. I do it, and I look at it critically. And
Yeah.
I think that like.
Because that's what it takes to make something great, is to look at things critically. You can either enjoy your life or you can leave a mark on the world.
So
Is that
one of my favorite jokes of all time. Back to the what's your favorite joke?
Bring the Vero joke.
Alright.
This is a new podcast.
Jim Jeffries, right? Where he was like, he sat down once in the middle of the special. He's like, I've never enjoyed 1 minute on this planet. And I was like, yeah, like immediately that hit me as true. I was like, I know that's not true. And I've enjoyed
Yeah.
multiple
That's
minutes,
a good joke.
but I also know exactly in the heart of that joke. I'm like, yes, like fuck everything, fuck existence. It's hard, anxiety ridden, all of this bullshit.
Yep.
Anyway, I need to pee, so you
Okay.
need to pause this
Pause
podcast.
the pod.
All right. So I told Phil, I was like, wait, we got to keep recording because we're in that space between we've drank enough, but we want to drink more. We wanna talk about that. I don't know. So this whole podcast is probably going to be a complete pancake of nonsense.
I like pancakes.
So do I. Anyway, so tell me about Coldplay's first album.
Okay.
Let's go with there. Let's start from there and we'll springboard off into why artists.
I'm not sure if I'm going to win people over or people are going to hate me because
dude,
of this.
no,
but whatever.
You don't have to
know?
release this. Let's just
This is fair.
fucking
This is
talk.
fair.
All right, go.
Coldplay's first album, very good, considering their other albums. Like,
Boo! I'm just kidding.
no, they've got like 6 hits on there out of the 10 tracks on it.
Really?
Yeah, well, they've Trouble, they have Yellow, they have Don't Panic, they have
I
Shiver.
love Yellow.
It's-
Yellow is my only song I like. From
Yeah,
Coldplay.
well, you
All
were
right.
just saying like Yellow doesn't. It works, but they work from
It's
one
the
verse to the
weir-
next.
It's the
easily.
weirdest song, right? You listen to that song, and there's a part in the middle where there's only 2 sentences. You're like, I came across, and I looked at you, and you were yellow, and then I did something, and it was yellow. And then you go back to the chorus, and you're like, wait, the verse meant nothing. It means nothing. It's so
Well, there's
confusing and
no
stupid.
hidden message behind it either.
No,
it's
it's just
sheer. Let's make things yellow.
It almost
you know?
feels like he's just fucking with the audience.
Yeah,
Yeah. Honestly, I'm
But-
sorry.
he made it, and then he's still fucking
And
with
we
the
love it.
audience.
I still love that song. I'm like, yeah, it doesn't mean anything, but I like it.
My musician friend Carson, who I'll hopefully have on here too. He's a great drummer, fantastic drummer, and he's like, dude, that first Coldplay album was really good. And I'm like, yes, like I'm glad you said it because I was embarrassed
Yeah.
to admit it.
I didn't want to be that person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they drop off from there. But where we were going with this, when you're like, you should record Nick Drake.
Yeah.
Where it's like, what's the point of making art if you're like, he died, he killed himself, and then
How old
He's-
was he?
27, I think.
Damn, Jesus Christ.
He felt he died with prescription medication in him, and next to his bed was a book from Albert Camus, The Myth of Sisyphus.
Nah.
It's like he
shit.
got through the prologue, and he's like, "That's enough for me, man." Like it's
I'm
so
done.
sad. It's such a
Yeah.
sad story.
That is
And
sad.
there's a deep dive we can go on here, but I don't want to go through the whole Wikipedia page or whatever. But it's like his parents didn't know he was famous. He didn't know he was famous. He didn't get famous until 2000, after everyone had died. Everyone he ever knew like died, and then he was like, "Oh, we'll put him in a car commercial." And then he was the #1 sold vinyl to like hipsters in like 2004.
What? Dude, that's
You know,
crazy.
and like that's how I
crazy.
found him. That's why I love him. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm glad he was there and he made his art, but he never got any recognition for it. So it's
It's a lot like Kafka, right? Like it
Yeah.
blows my mind to see a writer so good, and the entire world respects
just
him.
doesn't. Yeah,
It doesn't matter if you're from America or Europe or Asia. They're like, fucking Kafka. Like, all the good writers are like, yeah, he was an influence. Like, it was amazing.
Yeah, but
And he
for
had
whatever reason, no
nothing.
one sees it in their time. They're just
Yeah.
like, this guy's a little weird. He's writing weird stories and he's laughing in his room. Old Kafka telling
yeah,
jokes to
basically.
himself. You know.
I mean, and this goes back to what I was telling you about Joyce. He had 120 addresses. Like, he had
Yes.
120 addresses in his adult life. It's like, why did you move around so much? Like, who was, like, Harriet Beecher Stowe was his, what's the word? Benefactor. He was,
Yeah.
She was the benefactor and kept him alive, and he got to write his fucking Finnegan's Wake, which is goddamn impressive, but also
It's-
nobody wants to read it.
it's
Like, it gave
nonsense.
I was telling Philip this. I'm like, it gave him a purpose because he was so smart, and he's like, where's your intelligence gonna go? I'm gonna put it somewhere. And he did, and it has inspired many critics to go on and like look at it. But as an average reader, I read like, when I was younger, I thought I was cool, and I read like 200 pages of it somehow. I don't know.
Yeah.
Recently, I tried to read
Through it.
one page, and I was like, dude, this sucks. Like, I hate this. I'm not gonna read this. I only want to read like writers who actually talk about reality, like
mean-
Elena Ferrante, Karl Ov Nosgard, these
Yeah.
people.
Well, it shows
Anyway.
there's a time sensitive audience where it's like you're a
Mm.
certain age and then you'll read more of it because you're that age and it makes sense to you, or it's fresh, it's new, or whatever. You know, it's
But with
to be
Finnegan,
truly timeless. You know,
yeah,
like
but
what?
with Finnegan's Wake, like you realize that you just like the ideas around Finnegan's Wake. You don't like the actual text. You just like the amazing things that other people work to figure out for you, and then you get to read it. You're like, this is so cool. It's like it actually makes me like critics more than the artist, which is weird, but it's true. Finnegan's Wake is good luck to you if you actually get through it.
I'm trying to find an album like that in my mind where I'm like, oh yeah, the critics made me like it more, but I
Dude,
understand what you're
Finnegan's
saying.
Wake
I
is
understand what
weird.
you're saying.
It's so weird. It's so bizarre.
I recently got into the album by Grouper called Dragging a Dead Deer Up a Hill.
Okay.
And it's just drenched in like reverb, and it's just so like eerie and weird.
So why'd you get into it? What pulled you in?
Someone that I met via Instagram like 5 years ago was posted a Grouper album, and I was like, oh, that's weird. And then that's a great question because I'm not sure. I rediscovered it about 3 months ago, and
Yeah.
I got the album Heavy Water, the song Heavy Water on there, and I was like, this is really special, but it will never be special in a mainstream audience because it is
yeah.
just it's too out there, but it hits an emotion. Like music should be an emotion,
Yeah.
right? And it's like, wow, it puts me in a place where I don't really want to be. It's so sad, you know,
Yeah.
but it's,
Yeah.
I will say that's a great album.
I mean, what's amazing too, though, is the fact that like John Foss won the Nobel Prize in Literature in 2023.
Is that Ask the Dust? Who's that? That's
No,
John Fonte?
no. Yeah, that's John Fonte.
Okay,
Good.
yeah.
Yeah, good job.
Thanks.
But John Foss, he's a Norwegian writer, along with Karl Ove Knausgaard is my favorite. He's the first person I came
He's the
to.
best, the greatest of the great.
My struggle is
Pinnacle.
it's the novel of our times.
Yeah.
All right, it's just like if you're a man, if you're 30, if you have kids, even if you don't. I read it the first time without kids, and it knocked me on my ass. Like it's just a very hyper intelligent person telling the story of their life, and it's fantastic. It's great
Yeah.
literature. Anyway, but John Foss, he's like, oh dude, he's like the avant-garde. He's the guy who wrote Septology, which is one sentence for 800 pages, and you're like, why would I read one sentence for 800 pages about a guy? And then you read it, and you're like, I didn't like it per se, but it changed me.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel about that book. It's like, I read it. It wasn't my favorite book I've ever read, but I will never escape thinking about it because I was like, oh my God, like there's something here that is deep, even if it's not enjoyable. It's the same thing with Proust. Like you read all of In Search of Lost Time, like I have. Sorry, I gotta pull myself for a second.
He's a big reader, folks.
Yeah, I'm
Smart
a big
guy.
reader.
Big
Ah,
brain.
this
Big
guy,
brain man. Yeah.
My dick is as long as
We'll cut this out.
Thank you.
Proust. Go for
Proust,
it.
yeah. You read all of Proust, and you're like, there's something that has changed me, even though I didn't enjoy most of it.
Right.
That's how I feel about Septology.
Yeah.
It was incredible. I found something out about human nature and art that I didn't know, and what is it? I can't tell you, because I don't exactly know what it was.
Yeah.
So,
Isn't
there
that
you
the
go.
weird like phenomenon too, where it's like this gripped me and it formulated how I think, and I
Yeah.
can't put my finger on it because this person took a whole book to say that, and you want me to
Yeah.
sum it up in 20 seconds? It's like read the book. That's the only way to
It's
get.
impossible. Yeah.
Ooh,
Art's cool.
art is cool.
And,
Art is the
like,
big meaning. You
Yeah,
know?
it's crazy.
Well, it's
All
like,
right.
yeah, go for it. Are we wrapping it up?
No, after you.
No, I was just trying to the vibe, the BS or whatever. I didn't have anything.
All right, let's go. Philip, here we go. What's your joke? What's your go-to joke you haven't told on this podcast yet? Yeah, see?
I had a good one on the show
yeah,
on
but
this
you gotta
podcast.
do
so-
something new, something different.
Okay, give me 1 second,
I can tell you my blonde potato joke.
please. Well,
which
I think
love.
go
All
there
right.
you go.
So, there are these three girls. They escape from prison. There's the blonde. You know this joke.
This joke was when I was like 10. This is
my
an old
favorite
joke.
Blonde, this is my favorite.
All right, go
blonde
for it.
joke of
Go
all
for it.
time.
Go for it. Share the
There's a
blonde
blonde
joke.
girl, a red-haired girl, and a brown-haired girl, and they've run away from prison. And they're like, "Oh my goodness, there's a barn. We gotta go hide up in the top of the barn." So they go run up and hide up in the barn. They see 3 sacks. And they're like, "Quick, hide in the sacks, and then they'll never know." So they hide in these sacks, and then and so the police come looking, and one police, the novice, the new guy, he goes upstairs.
Yeah, the novice.
Yeah, the novice. He goes up. He's like, "There's nobody up here. There's just 3 sacks of potatoes." And they're like, "Well, what's in it?" He's like, "I don't know, fucking potatoes." So like, "Well, kick it. Just make sure." He's like, "Okay." So he kicks the first sack of potatoes and has the red-haired girl, and she goes, "Roof, roof." And he's like, "There's just a dog in this sack." And I'm like, all right, kick the next one.
That makes
Kicks
sense.
the next one, and it has the red-haired girl or the brown hair, whichever girl I didn't say first. It doesn't matter. So he
The
kicks
brunette.
the
Yeah.
brunette, and she goes meow. He's like, "There's a cat in this sack." And then he's like, "Well, what about the last
Last
sack?
one.
The last one.
What's in the last
What's
sack?
in the last sack?" And so he goes back and he kicks the sack with the blonde in it, and she goes, "Potatoes."
Potatoes.
My favorite blonde joke. It's hilarious. Anyway, whatever. What's your joke, Phil?
I don't have a joke, but I have song lyrics. Since every episode should have song lyrics and jokes. Conor Oberst from Bright Eyes, in the last song of his album, whatever, Road to Joy is the last song. He said, "I could have been a famous singer if I had a different voice, but failures always sounded better, so fuck it up, boys. Let's make some noise." That's
cool.
how I feel about my
That's
singing
cool.
voice. Yeah.
That's fucking punk rock right there.
Punk
All
rock.
right, there we go.
Hey, woo! Mic drop.